This episode of the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West is brought to you by Spuds and Stuff. Yes, I still get asked. The answer is always yes. I would not lie to you about Philly cheesesteaks. Nobody in the city knows Philly cheesesteaks better than me, and I'm telling you that Jason at Spuds and Stuff makes the best Philly in town. He used to bring me in, Maddie, and we used to kind of like work on his recipe. Like
I remember.
We would fine tune everything. We got it to sheer perfection. Try it for yourself if you don't believe me, and also don't forget those delicious spuds. I myself am a big fan of the buffalo chicken spud. They're at 2403 Washington Avenue on Evansville's east side, and the location at 41 in Boonville, New Harmony has now reopened. They're now hiring for drivers at both locations. Go ahead and enjoy a spud or a Philly from Spuds and Stuff.
You know, I think I will today.
Are you going to?
Why not?
Now's the time, man. Do it.
I'm already this close to my wedding where I'm like, I don't even have to worry about what I eat anymore because there's no way I'm going to gain like 10 pounds overnight.
Oh, you know, hold that thought for just 1 second. Let me get
You're
this
going to
last...
tell me that I'm wrong?
No. I want to tell you a funny story about what you were just saying.
Okay.
This show's also brought to you today by All About You DJ. Let All About You DJ host your next wedding party or event.
Literally tomorrow, I am doing that.
Tomorrow you're going to do it, and you're going to have the best party of your life. Wait till you see.
I can't wait.
All About You DJ specializes in wedding receptions as well as other private parties, including birthdays, engagement parties, school dances, or any other special event you may need a DJ for. We work with you to ensure that your entertainment is perfect for your event at All About You DJ. Your event is not only important to you, but it's also important to us. We want to make it memorable for all those involved. All About You provides everything you need to make your wedding the event of your dreams, from dazzling photo booths to ensure that your event is one your guests will never forget, to gorgeous uplighting to make your wedding photos pop. All About You offers several different packages to fit your needs. You could even ask for me, the Rob, to host your party. Check out our 5-star reviews on Google and on Facebook.com/AllAboutYouDJ. Give us a call at 812-402-0610 or check us out online at allaboutyoudj.com. And if you would like to advertise on the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West, please email the Rob's Podcast at gmail.com.
And you know you do.
So before we get into your last day of freedom.
Oh my God. That's what y'all think.
I did have, the day before my wedding, we had a rehearsal dinner at Spuds and Stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's crazy because not only was it awesome, like the food was delicious, catering was awesome.
Right.
We attribute that to getting my best friend pregnant. Well, my best friend's wife.
So I'm going to take a hard turn away from the Spuds and Stuff today.
well, I don't know. They've been trying, from my understanding, like a long time, like I think in the neighborhood of years, to have a baby.
Oh.
And then when they told me they were having a baby, they told me they conceived in Evansville. They're from from Philly.
So they came in town for your wedding and conceived here.
Conceived here. Do you know?
Oh my gosh,
that's so special to me.
That is very special.
Yeah.
So they've already had the baby now.
The baby's born. Yeah.
Oh my
6 weeks older than Will.
Oh.
Yeah.
So everything worked out.
Yeah.
He's a little spud baby, or she's a little spud baby.
She's a little spud baby,
She's a little buffalo chicken. Look at her.
I don't know what the actual spud was.
She's a little chicken bacon ranch. I'm digging it.
So that was...
I see her little bacon bits on there.
Well, I was like, we were talking about it because the night they conceived was technically the night before our wedding.
Okay, which would have been rehearsals.
Because you can like zero it in. Like when we went to get our first ultrasound for Will, they know like you conceived on this date, and I did the math in my head. I was like, that makes sense. Yeah. That was the Sunday before I went home for Christmas. We had sex, and it was awesome.
Right? Yeah. Now I remember the night I conceived.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
It was all part of the plan.
Yeah. Did you conceive during Fall Fest, wasn't it?
Well, it was.
Or did you find out during Fall Fest?
I found out during Fall Fest.
Okay.
I was pregnant during Fall Fest and didn't know. And had I known I was pregnant during Fall Fest, I would have went way harder. You know what I mean? Like I would have like just ate all the Prano Pups and like funnel cakes galore, especially knowing now there's not a fall festival this year. And now I'm really bummed.
Nothing gets women in the mood to do it more than just like...
Than a Prano Pup.
And gluttony and scooter
spuds.
People and the trash smell of Franklin Street.
And like a good like stroller to the ankle has never it really gets my gears going.
So the day of the bachelor party, we had the rehearsal dinner at Spuds and Stuff. And then we got into that escape room. We got out of the escape room. Yeah. And like we were just on a high of life. We're just like...
Yeah, he just went and he just got her pregnant.
He went home and just did the manliest thing and conceived. And so,
I love that story.
Me too.
That's so much cooler than my story. The night that I conceived was the night my mom got home from Machu Picchu. She like hiked...
I remember
all of that stuff. And she was like, you must have just been so excited that I was home, because she was gone for like weeks and weeks in Peru, like doing all that stuff. And she's like, you must have just been so excited. And I was like, no, I was just really drunk. And I actually went out. My boyfriend has a twin, or my boyfriend, he's almost my husband. My fiance.
Tomorrow he's going to be your husband.
Be my husband.
It's your last day with him as your fiance.
He has a twin brother, and so he didn't want to go out that night, so I just went out with his twin brother. And we just went and hit up the bars and partied, and then I came home and, had 6 too many cranberry vodkas and got pregnant.
That is awesome.
It's such a beautiful story, but not quite as beautiful as getting out of an escape room and eating a great buffalo chicken ranch spud from Spuds and stuff, and then really just sticking it to her.
I think you both have my conception story. I mean, I remember the conception, but there was nothing really noteworthy about it.
Right. Other than the fact that you conceived,
Yeah, that was exactly that. I mean,
just
that was
from my experience, for those of you that are wondering, you can get pregnant on top. Gravity does not work in your favor in that situation.
I've always thought that was a myth.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you and here to show you. It's a myth. Don't believe everything you read on the internet, folks.
So here's what I've got for you. I don't have a ton of newsy stuff to do today.
Good.
Got a few small stories or whatever.
Okay.
I want to talk about our weeks.
Yes.
I want to have a little bachelorette party in here for you, just me and you.
Yes.
Then we can get to the other stuff.
Okay.
And then
one of my fake eyelashes is out of whack.
We're going to get to your wedding tomorrow. So,
homegirl, go back to your place. Go back to your assigned seat.
The only exciting thing that really jumps out at me, or I should say the most exciting thing from this past week, was I very clearly,
yes,
very distinctly,
yes,
heard my son tell me he loved me.
Oh my God.
And you said you want to talk about this too.
Yeah, well, I saw that you posted that on the internet, and I was like, we have to talk about this, because it's something you'll remember for the rest of your life. So what happened? Yeah, tell me.
He loves to babble. I mean, he just likes to make sounds.
Right.
And
he's 10 months old.
He's 10 months old. Yeah, he'll be 11 months old, I guess.
So in his brain.
He's like 10 and a half months old.
Right, yeah. So in his brain, he's really talking.
Oh, yeah. He has what he feels are conversations.
Yes, he thinks there's a dialogue there.
And we try to get on his level.
Yeah.
We babble back, exactly.
Same.
So he was just babbling, and I guess he had just gotten changed or something. His mom was walking him in. I was doing dishes in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And Brittany walks him in.
doing dishes.
I'm good about the dishes. I do my fair share, I feel like. But
can't relate. Can't relate.
Well,
marrying him anyway, but can't relate.
Okay.
I get it.
I'll punt that one. You have that battle. I'm not going to get involved in dishes gate. But
she's carrying him
She's
in.
got him on her hip or however you call it.
Yeah.
And he's just going, dad, 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 dad,
Oh,
dad.
it's so cute, right?
And Brittany says, you love your daddy? And he goes, I love you, dada.
Oh.
And he looked right at me.
Oh.
And it was clear as day. And I will never in my life forget the way that felt.
What did Brittany do? Was she just a puddle?
Oh, she started to get emotional for sure.
Oh yeah. Anything Woodson does, I get emotional. I totally get that.
And she also got almost mad that he hasn't said it that clearly about Mama yet.
I was gonna say, yeah, she's gonna, when you're not around, she's gonna be like, love you, Mama, love you, Mama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well,
all
he
the time.
calls for her.
Yeah.
And I swear the first thing I ever heard him say was, I want my mama.
Oh.
But that was he was only a month old at that point.
Yeah.
But I think it was just a coincidental,
Right.
chain of cries.
Yeah.
But it sounded like I want my mama.
And this time you're like, no, he said.
But this was,
I love you, Dada.
I love you, Dada. We're working on, his new thing is EIEIO.
Oh.
But we're also trying to get it to where we can sing the first verse of Old MacDonald.
Yeah.
And he'll get the EIEIOs in the right spot.
Yeah.
I'd give him a solid D+ right now.
That's how I coasted through life. Like a solid D+.
Solid D+.
Yeah. I mean, I turned out okay, I think.
But it's so cute watching him try.
Yeah.
Or he'll sometimes jump the gun, or he'll miss his mark completely.
Yeah.
But it's just fun watching his brain put these things
isn't
together.
it so cute?
Yeah, it's been the best.
Yeah, Woodson did something similar the other day where, when we lay down at night, I do lay in his crib with him. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I will get into his crib with him and lay down every night until he falls asleep.
It's is it one of those caged cribs still? It's got the...
Yeah, he's in.
How do you get
still
into that?
I just climb my little happy ass on in there and just lay down next to him in the fetal position until he goes to sleep.
You'd be able to fit in our crib, but I don't know.
You'd be surprised the way I can contort my body.
I probably would not be surprised. Actually,
It's like a superpower that moms get. like to just fit into little spaces, and they can like breastfeed like while their husband's driving, and like you can just do all kinds of cool things whenever you're a mom.
I've seen my wife's body do amazing things post birth.
Yeah. And so we were laying in his crib the other night, and usually when he lays down, he'll go through everyone that he loves.
Aww.
And so he'll be like, Uncle Jay. And I'm like, yeah, Uncle Jay. And he's like, Biley, which is my niece. And I'm like, yeah, Briley. And he's like, Brooka, which is my sister. I'm like, yeah. He never says mommy or daddy. Never. I will always try to get him to say mommy or daddy, and he'll never say it.
Does he know that Brooka drank beer?
He knows Brooka drank beer last night. He knows that she's the delinquent of the family. But then the other night...
Is that true? Is she the delinquent?
Oh, yeah, 110%.
I always had you pegged as that.
No, Raylan used to be, and now Brooke is.
Are you the good one?
Yeah.
No crap.
Yeah. At least I was growing up, not so much now.
Well, I mean, if Brooke was out drinking beer.
Yeah. I know. You know, all those 25-year-olds be out there drinking beer. No, Raylan was definitely the wildest in high school, and Brooke just never went to high school. And then I was like the only one that like really like stayed like in class. And like, I mean, but we still had our fair share of parties. All of us did.
Yeah.
But Brooke and I are so close in age where we just kind of ran together.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But she just really didn't give a crap about anything.
How was your week?
It was good.
Anything?
We both celebrated 7-year anniversaries this week.
That's right. That is really special.
7 years.
So yeah, we learned
too long.
We learned early in our relationship that our relationship with our significant others
is one day apart.
1 day apart.
Literally.
I started dating Brittany on August 2nd, 2013.
And I started dating Kent on August 3rd of 2018.
2013.
Just a disclosure, I had a few drinks before I came in.
Maddie's telling the truth. First of all, she told me she had a few drinks when she came in, and then there's also an Angry Orchard in your purse.
Yeah, you know, why not? Just go ahead.
Which, I mean, it's your bachelorette party.
It's my bachelorette. I get married tomorrow.
I'm not going to stop you, and I'm not going to tell Chad.
Oh, thank God.
So you do you.
Because I do have a bottle opener on my case. Now the party has started.
Now it's a bachelorette party.
Whew. You're lucky it's not vodka. It'd be a lot sloppier if it was.
I would probably imagine that. Mm-hmm. I love Angry Orchard, but
good.
I used to drink it all the time.
You can't drink after me because COVID.
Well, because of COVID, and I'm diabetic, and it's so sugary.
So sugary, I know. I'm not even gonna look.
I haven't had a drop of alcohol since 2018.
Oh my God!
The same year you started dating Kent. Yeah. No, the last drink I had was at Brittany's work Christmas party.
Yeah.
In 2018.
Oh my gosh! And I have a drop of alcohol. Like I would say, I mean, I don't want to go overboard, but I would say
your last drop of alcohol
day.
was literally 3 seconds ago.
I would say at least every day.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't had one in 2 years.
At least every week, for sure. For sure, I say every day. I'm just kidding. For sure, every week though.
Yeah, not me.
Like at least a beer on the weekends or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Brittany got pregnant, and then she's still breastfeeding,
right?
So she can't drink,
right? Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know what? If you're not going to drink, I'm not going to either.
I don't have that mentality at all. If can't drink, I'm like, sorry about you. You'll drive, I guess.
You gave me a few things to bring up.
Yeah, we celebrated our 7-year anniversary. What did you guys do? We did absolutely nothing.
I got her flowers.
Oh, that's cute. That's so cute and thoughtful to do on your anniversary, is to get people flowers and do cute stuff.
Why? What did you guys do?
Nothing.
It's COVID. Leave them alone.
I know.
I didn't even.
Is still open.
I didn't think about it. I was afraid I was going to die when I got my wife flowers.
Why? So you had to go in?
No.
Oh.
So check this out. This was Friday afternoon. If you remember, it was piss pouring rain on Friday.
It's literally been piss pouring rain for like 3 weeks
but
straight.
it was coming down at 5 o'clock on Friday.
Last
here in
Friday.
Evansville.
Okay.
Just
Last
past Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, a week ago today.
Yeah. Okay.
So I went into a local flower shop, and they, when I parked my car, these 2 kids run up and start opening my car doors, but my car is locked. Okay.
Oh my God.
So I am freaking out. There's 2 people trying to open my car door.
Know. Yeah.
Exactly. So I start like throwing in reverse, and they're like, and then they back up, and one guy goes like, "Hey, sorry." I open my window. I'm like, "Everything okay, pal?" And he goes, "We thought you were a ride share."
Oh no.
I was like, Jesus, you scared that effing crap out of me.
I would have literally ran them over.
Yeah. Well, like I was trying to figure out like if my life was in danger here.
Like if there's fight or flight, I'm gone.
But they were doing it so aggressively because it was pouring rain.
Right.
But I thought they were trying to, take my car. And Grand Theft Auto and everything.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, went in, got her some flowers, and almost died. And
it would have been worth it.
so, but we didn't really. I mean, what can you do really?
Yeah, but because you guys have a married anniversary now too.
That's the
So
other
it's
thing.
different. Like, do you still celebrate your dating anniversary once you're married? Kent and I were talking about this the other day. Like, do you?
It's always,
I feel like you
August 2nd
recognize
will
it.
always be special to me.
Right. You always recognize it.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so say someone comes up to me after Kent and I are married, which is tomorrow. Yikes. After
If
Kent
someone
and I are
comes
married,
up
and
to you
they
on
say-
Sunday.
Yeah, and they say, how long have you guys been together? I would say 7 years. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's how long we've been together. But then Kent's like, well, do we still celebrate that anniversary? Or once you're married, do you start only celebrating your marriage anniversary? Because I feel like everyone I know that's married doesn't necessarily celebrate their dating anniversary. They just
So-
start celebrating their married anniversary instead.
When I make a big deal about the dating anniversary, I do feel like a high schooler.
Right.
And I do think that October 20th is like the bigger deal.
Yeah.
But for some reason, August 2nd makes my heart sing louder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because it's always just been such a beautiful day to me.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Yeah. That's really sweet.
So you do you. However you want to
Yeah.
answer that, you know.
I think I would say after the wedding, because even this year, just being so close to the wedding, August 3rd, August 8th is when we get married. You know what I mean? I think being so close to the wedding, we didn't even want to do anything because we were just like, holy cow, we're about to have like the party of the year here in a few days. Like
Yeah.
the celebration of our love, like the ultimate celebration of your love and commitment to each other is a wedding. And
Without
so
a
like
doubt.
we're about to have like that in just a few days. So
Yeah.
there was like no pressure.
Dude.
I honestly forgot all about it. And then I just texted him and was like, oh yeah, by the way, happy anniversary, you sexy little bitch. And he was just like right back at you. And that was it. Never got brought up again, or
Yeah.
we just kind of like went about our day.
I mean, you guys have the big thing is right around the corner.
Right.
So
And
it's
I
just
think
like-
had it been a little bit more removed, which thank God it's not because I've already done that once. But had it been further off, maybe it would have been a bigger deal. But for right now, it's just like, eh.
Yeah. No,
I don't really care that much.
Well, and this is you guys weren't supposed to have because your wedding was supposed to be back in April.
April the 18th, yeah.
So the last August 3rd was supposed to be the last big.
Right, yeah.
date anniversary
yeah,
or
like
whatever.
the next I remember posting for our anniversary last August. This is the last anniversary we're going to be celebrating as, you know, like just an engaged couple. And then Cove was like, bitch, you thought. And I was like, gotcha. So, but we didn't do much. But like I said, the big celebration is this weekend. And
That's right. And
That's
it's
what
gonna
matters.
That's gonna be awesome.
I cannot wait.
Me and Cody. Cody's gonna be Maddie's
Thank
DJ.
God. Thank God.
We are so excited. Why do you say thank God? Because he's awesome.
Yeah, because he's the best.
Cody was literally the only person I wanted to do our wedding.
I would have accepted no one else.
Yeah.
Well, other than you, obviously, but I wanted you as a guest.
Well, and you asked me because I remember when you got engaged, you're like,
Yeah.
who do I need to do? Because
And
I started doing weddings
Right around the
and-
same time I got engaged. Yeah.
and I was like, you have to get Cody to do yours.
And then I remember Cody was like, well, I think I might have like a family trip plan then. And I was like, Cody, that is too bad.
he moved mountains to make sure he could do it because he
I
knows
know
it's
he
going to be a
did.
blast.
I know he did because he was like, I don't think I could do it. I have a trip planned. Like a really like extravagant family vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Like with his like wife and children.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't accept that.
No, he wanted to be a part of your day.
And he's
and
going to be there.
We're all excited for tomorrow.
I am so excited.
I just can't wait for it.
Tomorrow. Ooh.
So, one of the things you told me to ask you about was so we got a few of these out of the way. Wedding
Yeah.
food costs.
Holy moly, y'all.
What is this story?
Are we sitting down? Is everyone in their seats? Because, okay, so I've never had a wedding
you
before.
teased this to me. I forget if it was on the air or off the air.
I sent it to you in a Snapchat.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I was like, listen, I'm not going to ruin the surprise. I'm just going to have you guess live on air so that I can like blow your freaking mind, right? So I don't think I want to disclose the cost of my caterer, or I don't want to disclose who my caterer is, because I'm not saying this as in like it's not worth it, because I think 110% it's worth it because she's just the best of the best. My mom knew that going in and she's like, absolutely no one else but her. And everyone's like, okay, but she's pricey, you know what I mean? And she, my mom, you know, Shelly, she's like, good. Like, and I'm
Challenge accepted.
like, okay. So we're doing like a taco bar for our wedding. Super excited about that.
Before you continue,
Yeah.
I don't even know if you knew this was a thing, but I sent you a snap from the wedding I was at this past weekend. I was DJing a wedding
Yeah. And did they have they had a taco bar, right?
from Los Bravos.
Yes.
Your
Oh
all-time
my gosh,
favorite.
Yes, I know. And literally right after I booked my caterer, and no offense to her, because obviously I'm so glad I went with her, but right after I booked her, I went to Los Bravos to eat, and they had like this thing on their table, like the little like advertisements, what like here's what's dessert or whatever, and it said now catering.
Yep.
And I was like, shut,
dude, and it's good. It's
Los Bravos.
Yeah, it's really good.
Do you know how tempting it was to be like, sorry, but I'm gonna go with Los Bravos.
Well, I want to make sure you at least knew it was an option for you.
And you know, even if they're feeding 150 people, it's gonna be out in 3 seconds. Regardless.
Well, it was like it was buffet style, but they serve you, so you say like, what do you want? So
Yeah,
like,
with COVID, they're serving you now.
oh, okay, yeah. So, but it's delightful.
Right, yeah.
It's wonderful.
I'm like chicken on the beach and I don't want to see the bottom of my plate ever.
They would take care of you.
They would. I know. It was very tempting because I did see that. But
So I'm supposed to guess the cost of your food?
so we're having a taco bar. I'll tell you what's on the menu for the night. And I know this might like ruin. I don't think it's a surprise what you're eating.
No, I don't think that's something that needs to be guarded because a lot of times when it's not a taco bar, you have to like pick your entree on the invitation.
No, we didn't do that. We didn't even know by the time we sent out the invitations what we were even doing it.
Or if you just want me to guess if you wanted to keep it a secret.
No, it's fine. Okay, so we're having like a taco bar. So if you want steak tacos, if you want chicken tacos, or if you just want ground beef, there's all those options of meat.
Ground beef, please.
Yeah, same. And obviously corn tortillas, flour tortillas, queso. And mind you, my caterer, everything is homemade, like made from scratch. Everything's from, like, I just want to disclose all this information so that you get a really good guess.
Okay.
Homemade salsa, like everything. Sour cream. I really wanted a queso fountain. And she was going to make that happen. But with COVID, they said maybe don't have something that like the community like sticks their hands in. And so
I've seen a queso fountain, by the way, or at least nacho cheese fountain.
Right. And so I had to back off the queso fountain. I was devastated.
And, you'll like this story. I've seen a chocolate fountain too. It was at Jerry Valeri's wedding in Rochester, New York, and the best man stuck his testicles in it.
Testicles.
Yeah, his scrotum.
Oh, wow.
Saw it happen with my own 2 eyes. It wasn't just a story.
You know what? That's the best story I've ever heard in my life.
In fact, he did it for me. He's like, hey, Rob, check this out. This was late in the night. Took his nuts out.
I would really hope it's like not when grandma's there eating her cake.
And just dunked him.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that image.
I feel like if there's going to be another best man that dips his nuts in anything, it's going to be Ken's. So
It was Ken's best man.
His twin brother. So
all right.
Anyway, so that's all the information I have to disclose. Now I want you to guess, because I had like a good baseline in my head of like what I thought it was going to cost. Right? I was like, okay, I would assume flowers are this much, cakes this much, venues this much. I expect food to be here.
Okay.
Guest list, by the way, 100 to 150 people, 150 max.
Okay. So I'm going to inflate my answer a little bit because
the dramatics.
Because of how dramatic you're being about it.
Yeah.
So if my life depended on it, I'm going to make my guess $5,000.
And that's inflating it?
Yes.
Well, we need to inflate it quite a bit more.
10?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Literally $9,600 for the food.
No kidding.
I swear to God, I have the receipt on my phone.
9,600.
Can you believe it?
That's like my lucky number now. What 9,600? Well, my son's birthday is 9/6.
Well, there you go.
So that's the thing.
That's it.
Yeah. And I used to not like the number 96.
Well, it turns out it's not Shelly's lucky number because she just had to rake it out.
Well, I mean, but for her, it's like, that's whatever. So
yeah. And I'm not even trying to say that. Like, I don't want to come across as like boastful or anything like that. Like, I was genuinely shocked.
Dude, I mean, people go nuts on birthday or weddings and like their daughter's weddings.
Right. Yeah. And listen, I get it. I was literally like jaw had to be picked up off the floor.
And plus, like, it sounds like this was something your mom wanted anyway. It wasn't something
110%. She was like, no, this is it.
Yeah.
No one else, this person, you know what I mean? And she's the best of the best, came highly recommended. And, you pay for what you get. And so
I think the expression is you get what you pay for.
Something like that. Maybe 4 beers ago I would have had it right. But all I know is these better be the best freaking tacos that anyone. I mean, Los Bravos who? That's what I'm expecting.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I can get chicken on the beach for what, $9?
Did you tell me you got a vegetarian option just for my wife?
I did. I made sure beans were going to be there so that she could like do vegetarian.
That was sweet of you.
Bean shit. You know, vegetarians do bean shit all the time.
Yeah, they're all about it. Yeah,
They're just like, no chicken, beans.
I mean the
No meat, beans.
what, they're black beans, I'm assuming.
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, they're a staple in my diet too because whenever she cooks dinner,
yeah.
I'm
Well,
eating,
they're like super high in protein or something like that too, just like beef or chicken or whatever.
that's nice of you.
So, yeah.
I believe my understanding is good news, bad news. Brittany and I are coming,
Yay!
but I believe Will is staying with grandma.
Okay.
So that's
I get it.
I know.
I get it. I'm a mom. I get it.
Soccer parenting fail. I'm excited for this one.
Okay.
What is soccer parenting fail?
Okay, so I know Kent's going to listen to this, and I know he's going to be like, here you are, blaming it on me again. It literally is his fault. It's his fault, just for the record, before I even start this. So the week before last weekend, I get the blame and everything in mine too. So I'm going into whatever Maddie says skeptically. You feel
Kent.
it.
I'm giving you the
it.
benefit of the doubt.
So the weekend before last, I was in Nashville for my Bachelorette. So Woodson has soccer on Saturday mornings.
Isn't he like 2?
Yeah, he just does it's like a little soccer type camp where they just go kick the ball around,
Gotcha.
whatever. Yeah, it's not even like soccer. You know, it's not like no one scores goals or does any. It's kids
Gotcha.
running around and parents being like, "Listen," you know what I mean? It's just like that. So I told Kent, I'm like, "You're gonna have to take him, you know, just by yourself. Usually we go together, we run around with him together. It's like 45 minutes long or something like that." So I asked Kent on Saturday, the Saturday I'm in Nashville, I'm like, how did soccer go? He's like, oh, it was good. He had a blast, whatever. He did good, blah. So this past Saturday, here we are again, going back to soccer in the morning. We walk in and the coach is like, hey guys, hey Woodson. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, here we go. Okay, buddy, go run and kick your ball and play. And she's like, do you want to help me set this stuff out? Come on, Woodson, help me. And then like, no one's there. Like, I know, like, we're the only people there, and it's like 10 minutes before class starts. And I'm like, Kent's like, where is everyone? I'm like, I don't know, because you have the option to go Thursday nights or Saturday mornings. Usually we go Saturday mornings just because we have more free time on Saturdays. And so I'm like, well, you know, maybe there was a bigger crowd on Thursday this week, and not as many people are coming today, whatever. Then, like, people start coming in. I'm like, I don't recognize that kid. Don't recognize that kid.
I think I see where this is going.
I don't recognize any of these kids. I'm like... And then I noticed all the families are taking pictures of their kids out on the field, like it's their first class, right? And so I'm like, Kent, was last week his last week? And Kent's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, did they make any kind of announcement? And he's like, no. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to go check the schedule on my phone. So I pull up the email, and sure enough, 7:25 was his last class. And there we are on August, whatever, 1st or 2nd, at soccer. And I'm like, Kent, we're not supposed to be here. Mind you, there's like 10 parents here already with their kids putting on their new shirts, taking pictures, and we're just there like, we're not supposed to be here. Now, it's like a $250 class, right? And it's like a 8 to 10 week program or something. You come once a week or whatever. And so like, you can't just like show up for free. You know what I mean? So here we are trying to freeload. The coach, though, she said nothing. Like, when we walked in, she was like, hey, guys, how are... Like, just every other week. And so then Kent asked her, he's like, are we supposed to be here? And she's like, no. And Kent's like, okay. She was like, well, unless you signed back up, but you guys didn't. So I'm like, Kent, we need to go. I'm like mortified. I'm so embarrassed, right? Like, I look like a parent that doesn't have my shit together. Or I look like a freeloader who's just trying to sneak in other kids' soccer practice to like catch an extra class. So then we get in the car and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Like, all those parents had to see us like walk out. Like, we're not supposed to be here.
The walk of shame.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing. Ken's like, well, now that I think about it. And I'm like, oh, you mother. Here we go. Because I wasn't at the last practice, mind you, because I was out of town for my Bachelorette. He's like, well, they did get popcorn last class. And I thought, like, why are they getting popcorn? And I'm like, oh, did they get popcorn to celebrate their last freaking soccer class? And had you told me, when I asked about soccer class, had you told me they got popcorn? Okay, they don't get popcorn every soccer class. Had you told me they got popcorn, I probably would have been like, huh, that seems like celebratory. Like, congratulations, you finished your 8-week program of soccer. Goodbye. And no, he just never mentioned it. He never and then he gets in the car, he's like, well, I was kind of wondering why they got popcorn. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Let me take up for Kent for a second here.
Just randomly, after 8 classes, they get popcorn at the end all of a sudden.
You probably signed up for these classes, right?
Yes, and then COVID hit.
Okay, so the schedule got bumped around or whatever.
Yes.
I would think that you would be just as capable of knowing when the last class date was.
He's made that very clear.
Okay.
And I was. I'm the one on the email. I'm the one that got the schedule on my phone. And I was even thinking on the way there, I was like, man, I feel like we've caught up now. You know,
Yeah.
I remember thinking that on the way here, like, there can't be that many more classes left. Then I started putting it all together. And I'm like, had you just maybe mentioned that there was popcorn at the last class?
I wouldn't associate pop. The only thing that would jump out at me is if popcorn was like it was the one time.
That's it.
But
That's
still,
just the
I
one
mean,
time, yeah.
some popcorn.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Popcorn
He's
is
like,
not-
they had these little
there's no-
cups and everybody.
celebratory popcorn isn't
And
a
like
thing.
bubbles, and they were just like, oh, popcorn and bubbles. And I was like, okay.
Like you
That's
get
it. That
pizza
seems
to
like
celebrate the last
That seems
class.
like a party to me. I know, but
Popcorn?
they're like 2 years old, so like popcorn's like the next
True.
best thing.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's my soccer parenting fail, that I showed up to soccer with my kid like a freeloader and just tried to just get in an extra soccer practice.
At least you can blame it on the COVID.
Yeah, I mean, he ran around for like a good 15 minutes and still took a great nap
Well,
that day.
wait a minute. You also said you got up before the class even started.
Yes.
So you did not freeload.
The warm up. We freeloaded the warm up.
Okay, but you don't pay for the warm up.
And she still used my child to help her sort stuff out.
Well, it sounds like this is a give and take.
That's what I'm saying. I think she was like, y'all want to stay, you're going to work for it.
You can clean up after the popcorn party if you want to.
Put this little guy to work. So that was my soccer parenting fail.
That's something
Maddie's mom fail.
Something I would totally do is just forget that was the last class. And
I was thinking, I was like, man, it's been like a long time, I feel like, since COVID, since they started back up with the classes after COVID. I feel like we've caught back up now. Like we've made up the amount of days that we missed. And so I was like, And then Kim was like, well, they do get popcorn. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Does he like the classes?
Yes.
Listen?
Yes, but he doesn't listen. Like, you can tell all the other kids that are in, like, daycare, you can tell. Because when the coach is like, okay, everybody sit down. Okay, who's here? And they raise their hand. My kid's over in the corner, like, picking his nose. You know what I mean? Like, he does not know class structure at all.
So I'm excited to see, like, what kind of things my son gets into. Like, is he going to be into soccer or like, cause my family really wanted me to be into sports and like took me to all those sports things. And I was the kid picking his nose in the corner. Like I did not care about soccer.
Yeah. And that's up to him. We put him in soccer because like, that was literally the only thing for his age
I don't
group.
think what you're like, okay, exposing him to it and letting him try it. And that's great.
Yeah.
My thing was like, I was actually like, I don't want to do these things.
And your parents were still like, do it.
And it was just like, yeah, you have to do this.
Yeah.
And they had
Woodson
their
definitely has like whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, but
Besides not
like,
play football.
Is it like, will it be things like music or sports or computers or track and field or like what? I can't wait to see like what
I know,
he grows.
it's so exciting, right?
It is, yeah, it really is.
I know Woodson loves Kent's guitar and he'll play Twinkle Twinkle
Yeah.
on Kent's guitar. I don't know if you saw my video on the internet, but like he'll like play it Twinkle Twinkle. And so when my sister was in Florida, she got him like basically like a ukulele, and it's hot pink. And he looks like such a rock star.
That's awesome.
I'm like, yeah, like a hot pink guitar.
Well, I mean, like, I know every kid likes music, but Will seems to really have an affinity to it.
Yeah.
Anything musical he's into, like
Cardi B.
Well, I mean, like anything.
Is that just my kid?
Well, his favorite artist is definitely Mickey Mouse.
Okay. He's got some bops.
When a song comes on the TV, if we're watching a movie and it turns into a song or whatever, everything stops. World stops. Focuses on the TV.
Yep.
He likes a lot of music-related toys.
Yep.
So I'm thinking music's going to be a thing for him.
That's awesome.
I'm hoping we can bond over like video games and stuff too. He seems to love stuff with buttons and electronics. So hopefully, but if it's not his thing, it's not his thing.
Yeah. You never know. He could be like the next all-star quarterback.
That soccer parenting fail was solid. One more thing you told me to ask you about. I have no idea what this is.
That's the beauty of it.
Who is Jeremy and why is he 32?
Okay, so
Maddie said, ask him about Jeremy is 32. So what is this?
So Jeremy. I'm so glad I get to publicly address Jeremy. For what it's worth, I need a drink before this. Hold on.
I have no idea who he is.
Me either.
Oh,
I don't have a freaking clue who Jeremy is. Never seen him up close in my life. So I wake up Friday morning, and in the house across the street from me's lawn, it says honk, like in the big, huge, like stick in your yard sign letters.
Oh, God. I think I know where this is going.
It says
now.
honk, Jeremy is 32. Okay, so apparently whoever lives there is Jeremy. And apparently he was born August 1st, 1988. I already know too much about Jeremy. I've never met the guy. And so I'm like, well, that's cute. Somebody really loves Jeremy. And, you know, it's his 32nd birthday. They want people to honk. A little obnoxious, but whatever.
I never, you know,
Because nothing is even cool about 32.
That's true. Let me also tell you that, like, because I never even thought about it from a neighbor's point of view, because you always see, like, how cute the drive-by birthday parties are.
Right.
You never think about how annoying it is for the rest of the neighborhood.
The neighbors are sick of it. I'll tell you from experience. The neighbors don't give a shit that you turn 32.
But also...
Especially as I'm laying my son down to sleep and everyone's like, beep, 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 beep. I'm like, Jeremy...
So I also...
You really need to relish in this day, Jeremy.
It also would probably make more sense if the sign said maybe like Jeremy is 9.
Right. No, this mother effer is 32.
He's 30.
Why 32? I'm not sure. Why does 32 matter? I don't know. Maybe because it's a COVID birthday, because I've lived at that house since Jeremy was 31 and no one gave a shit when Jeremy turned 31.
Well, yeah.
I've lived there on Jeremy's 31st birthday. No one gave a shit. So I don't know who popped up into Jeremy's life when he turned 32, but now they care.
Now they care.
You know, they cared and they cared and they cared and they're still caring.
So now I'm realizing also this was probably not just his friends and family honking. This was anybody driving by.
Everyone that goes by. And listen, I love the enthusiasm. I'm here for it. I love it. I'm like, yes, Jeremy's 32. I'm down with it. Jeremy, you get a whole day to be 32. You get August 1st to be as 32 as you want to be. August 2nd, though, we're 32. Okay,
Hey,
that's how it's going to be.
That's Rob and Brittany's anniversary day. Honk for that.
Right? So we need to be, we're 32 already, Jeremy. It's time to take the sign down.
Did they not?
No.
Oh, stop.
Jeremy was 32 until today. An entire week. I'm assuming until he had to mow his freaking grass. Jeremy? Listen, I know too much about Jeremy already. I know his name's Jeremy. I know he drives a little white Pontiac. I know he lives alone. I know he's got a dog. And I know he was born August 1st of 1988. That's too much that I already know about Jeremy. I've never seen him.
Wait a minute. He lives by himself?
Yeah.
So who put this? Did he put his own sign up?
I don't know. You know what? And I might never know, and that's okay.
That makes me sad.
No, I think someone did it for him.
Okay.
I think a family, but I mean, maybe he doesn't live alone. Maybe they only have one car, but I've only ever seen him and I've only ever seen his little white car. And he lives directly across from me. I've never seen the front door open in my life.
Yeah, I mean, you'd see if there was...
Right. And I mean, I'm home all day. You know what I mean? I'm unemployed. So I have all my neighbors' like habits down. Like I know my neighbor Dave goes and gets a big swig from the gas station every morning. Like I just have everyone's routine down like a psychopath. So I know when some stuff's out of whack, and I know that Jeremy was 32 for far too long. And my other neighbors that live on this side of me, they have COVID, okay?
Really?
Yes, they have legit COVID.
How do you know?
Because she told me that she has COVID. Through text, I will say that.
Okay.
Through text, she has COVID, and her husband has COVID. And they're also sick of Jeremy being 32 because they have COVID. So like I'm sick of Jeremy being 32. The neighbors beside me are sick of Jeremy being 32 because they have COVID, and they're like, oh my gosh, like we're just trying to like just have COVID in peace. Jeremy keeps turning 30 freaking 2. Until literally today, I noticed the signs were out of his
I was going to
yard.
say, I mean, he's going to be 32 for a whole year.
That's what I'm saying. Are we leaving this up until Jeremy's 33?
And then you can just get a new sign.
Then you have to just stick a new one in there.
Oh my God.
And I never saw,
awesome.
the thing is, I never saw Jeremy's car in the driveway the whole weekend. And so I'm thinking that maybe Jeremy's birthday weekend, he went and did something. Like, went out of town.
Yeah, went somewhere.
So a big, like, F you to whoever did that, knowing Jeremy was going to be
He
all...
would not have even known.
He didn't even get a relish in the honks. So you know what? One of my friends...
Hashtag relish in the honks.
one of my friends told me to do, which I think is a brilliant idea, is we're about to go on a honeymoon, so we're just going to put honk just married in our yard, and then we're going to leave. for the
And then
whole week.
when you're back from your honeymoon, put just got COVID, honk, or for your other neighbor.
For my other neighbor, honk, COVID positive.
That's awesome.
So, Jeremy, congratulations on your 32nd birthday. I hope it was everything you ever wanted.
Imagine if all you got for your birthday was honks.
Well,
For your
listen,
32nd birthday.
Listen, he got plenty. He got plenty.
Of
I mean,
honks?
oh, yeah. And I didn't honk. And I'm feeling a little guilty about it now. So, you know what I'm going to do on my way home?
Honk.
I'm just going to...
Honk for Jeremy.
Lay on it.
Give him 32 honks.
That is such a good idea. I can't wait for my COVID neighbor to text me and be like, do you hear all that honking? And I'll be like, that was me.
So are your neighbors who have COVID, like, are they okay?
Yeah, they're okay.
I know, like,
They've been keeping me updated on things.
so you see them out and about and stuff?
Yeah, I
like,
mowed their lawn for them.
That was nice of you.
Thanks, man.
But, like, so they're not, like, hospitalized
Well,
or...
yeah, the husband was. He was hospitalized. Yeah. I think he has other complications. I don't want to, like, give away too much of, like, their personal
yeah.
information, but I think he had his, like, other underlying, like, maybe asthma or something like that.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, he had to go to the emergency room eventually, but they're all good now.
So I know we're celebrating your bachelorette party.
Yes.
It's literally the day before you get married.
Woohoo!
Got a few, like, I've tried to find, like, some audio-friendly games.
Okay.
We could play for people.
I'm ready.
And I've got a few here.
And I have a drink, and I'm still drinking beer.
So keep putting them back.
Literally,
And
it's way too early to be drinking beer.
so this first one is called How Well Do You Know the Bride?
Are you going to play it?
So I've already filled in my answers.
Okay.
And so all of us bridemaids fill in our answers.
Okay, so cute.
So since my
I
answers
have
are
an extra bridesmaid's dress if you want to slip it on.
you do, don't you?
I do.
I feel so bad because I know one of your bridesmaids got cut.
Yeah, she did.
And it seems from social media like she's still planning on coming, which makes me happy.
Yeah, I told her she's still more than welcome to come, and she still plans on coming. Matter of fact, we were FaceTiming today, and like I think it's all good. I was really happy that it didn't end the friendship.
I thought 1,000,000% it would have.
I did too. That's why it took me so long to come to that decision, because I was like, oh, this is going
Yeah.
to end the friendship, and I don't necessarily want to do that.
That was dating back to when we were working together in radio. You had been,
Contemplating it for a while.
yeah. And so you did it, and I'm
And we're
glad-
still friends. Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Me too. Same.
Okay.
Growth.
So all of us bridesmaids, which for this case is just me,
It's just
we
Rob.
filled out we filled out a questionnaire about you, and I didn't cheat for some of these, but I got 15 questions here for this game.
Okay.
How well do you know the bride?
I'm so excited for you to
So
answer these.
My answers are locked in. You need to then, so you answer before I reveal what my answer
Okay.
is.
Got it.
When is her birthday?
May 23rd. What did you put?
I almost put May 23rd.
What did you put?
May 21st. Because I believe one of
Shelly
those-
was crowning at that point.
one of those is your birthday and the other one's Big Boy, I think. And I guess I got you guys mixed up.
I mean, we both have tattoos of you on our stomach, so I can see where the confusion went.
What is the bride's favorite food?
Mexican. Los
Okay.
Bravos, yeah.
I wrote Los Bravos.
You're dead on.
What was her first job?
Oh, like my very, very first job was like bussing tables at this restaurant, but McDonald's was my other first job.
I wrote McDonald's.
Good.
Look at me rock and roll.
That's like my first, like, I can drive here and work here job.
How many children does the bride want to have?
Oh my gosh, it depends on the day that you ask me.
This is hard. But I did write an answer down. I'm going to stick with it.
Okay. I'd say maybe one more.
I wrote 2.
Yeah, you did!
We're killing this.
Oh, I'm going to get so pregnant on my honeymoon.
Where
Don't even know it yet, but that's my fertile window.
is it really?
Yeah, literally.
Oh, be careful.
Literally. No, I'm not going to be careful at all.
Make sure you
I'm gonna
make
be
sure.
extremely reckless.
All right.
I
Where-
think maybe one more, guys. Maybe one more.
See, I don't.
It's hard to answer that
It is hard to
question.
answer.
Well,
Like
and they're still so young. And you're just like, damn. You want me to crank out another one? This one's still so hard.
for us, it depends on the day too. It's just
Same.
like if
One minute
if
you're like, why not?
once we have one more, I'll probably get snipped, and we'll make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But I'm not committed to the no more yet. Like neither one of us are. We're just
Right. I
like,
would have had a tummy tuck a long time ago if I was really committed to the no more.
Where was she born?
Here.
I wrote Evansville.
Born and raised.
How many siblings does she have?
2.
I wrote 2.
You know me.
All right, this one was a little hard.
I'm the middle one.
What is the bride's favorite holiday?
Ooh. I don't know. Either Halloween or Christmas.
All right, I wrote Christmas.
Okay, yeah.
And to be fair, I couldn't decide between that and Halloween.
Well, there you go. I really like Halloween too, but I like Christmas because it's just so like cheery.
Who is her celebrity crush?
Ooh. See, I think that I know who you picked.
Okay.
It's my celebrity crush.
Well, just say who your celebrity crush is.
Are we girl or guy? As a bisexual, I get one of each.
I thought about that, but I still put what I
still put a guy. Right?
I'm not saying who I put until you.
Margot
reveal.
Robbie is my girl crush.
Oh, you do love her. I didn't put her.
Love her. But as my guy crush, I would say Drake or The Weeknd.
I wrote Weeknd/Drake.
Woo!
You're wearing a Weeknd shirt as we speak.
I literally am, yeah.
What is the bride's shoe size? I have no idea, but I wrote a guess.
9.5.
I wrote 9.
Whoa!
What the heck?
This is so awesome that you know this stuff. I'm surprised. If I asked Kent right now to guess my shoe size, I guarantee you'd say 4.
Ask him. Send him a text.
Okay, I'll send him a text.
What age did she meet the groom? I did the math, but I mean, I know you just had.
When did I meet him or when did we date?
What age did she? Oh, well, it says what age did she meet the groom?
Well, I started dating Kent at 20.
I wrote 20.
I was 20, but
That's right. You met in high school.
Yeah, I met him whenever I was 16.
All right, so you're gonna send him a text about your shoe size?
Yeah.
Boy, it'd be funny if you didn't know like what
He
your favorite
doesn't.
food was, or like.
I
All
could
right.
literally ask him what's my freaking birthday. He'd be like,
All right, where was the couple's first date? I thought too.
idea. Like Taco Bell, I think.
Taco Bell, really?
No, I think that was like the first time, because I mean, we had been like hanging out casually and like going here and there, and I don't know if it's necessarily like a date, but I think like the first time he realized that he loved me and wanted to be with me was when we were on our way to Taco Bell.
There's something romantic about
Hammered.
that. I wrote house party.
Yes.
Okay.
That was our first date. Yeah, you're right. You're
So
right.
that's what that.
That was our first date as a couple. He had asked me to be his girlfriend on August 3rd, and then we went to a party.
Did he answer you?
Yeah, he responded. 9.5.
Okay. So there
Dead
you
on.
go.
Dead on, baby daddy. You sexy little bitch.
I never get texts like that.
Take your clothes off when we get home. You just wait. No, we're waiting for the wedding night.
Are you?
Yeah.
How long have this been imposed?
A long fucking 4 days.
Wait, just 4 days?
Just 4. I also was just on my period, so we really didn't have a choice. And we're like, we might as well run with it. We might as well run with it and just really be like, look at us.
Where did
saving ourselves.
4 days?
Maybe 5. 4 or 5.
Where did the groom propose?
Brown County. Browntown.
I wrote Browntown, but I know it
knew
means
you would
Brown
write
County.
Browntown.
What is the wedding date? I wrote 8/8/20. Wasn't the
Was-
original one 4/18?
4/18/20 was the original.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are they going for their honeymoon?
Hilton Head Island.
Hilton Head.
Yep.
I killed this.
You did. Literally, I'm so proud.
What is her favorite thing about the groom?
It's been 4 days since I've seen it. I can't even remember what it looks like. Oh gosh, what's my favorite thing about Kent?
I wrote 2 things down.
Okay.
But answer honestly.
Money and
Well, I wrote career success, kind of like wink, wink, nudge,
the
nudge.
fact that he is successful definitely is a big turn on. But he would credit his success to me, even though I don't deserve it. I know that he would.
Okay.
Because he would say he would never go back to school if it wasn't for me saying, go get that money, honey. Because who else is going to be unemployed at home with your kid? So definitely his success is my favorite thing about him. And I don't know. How do you say like the fact that they're always like a shoulder to cry on? He's my stability.
Supportive.
He's my support. Yeah, he's just like my little backbone.
I wrote career success and physical appearance.
Oh yeah, that 6-pack though.
I mean, you're always talking about how good he looks.
He looks great all the time.
You went around Nashville with a cutout of his face.
I did, yeah.
Brittany,
I even used him as pasties at one point.
There's no cutouts.
We'll insert the photo here.
There's no cutout. If you have one, yeah.
I literally have one. So
Brittany's never walked around a city with my face. It's that
I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
All right, the next game.
You murdered that,
I know.
literally.
Thank you. I think I deserve it.
You did so good. Kent would not.
Dude,
you would have outscored Kent on that.
When you are stuck in a radio studio together for 4 hours a day,
It's
for
a different kind of intimacy.
it's just you learn so
Yeah.
much about each other.
Like their mannerisms, their sense of humor, like you just get it.
All right.
I could walk in immediately and be like, I know what kind of mood Rob's in today. Like
Absolutely.
You just sense it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, this game's called He Said, She Said.
Okay.
So there's going to be 20 statements,
Should have brought more beer.
and I circled who relates to or whatever. You'll get it in a second. The only problem is we have to match. So unfortunately, I'm not Kent.
Right.
But I'm going to predict for you. So for example, I initiated our first kiss.
Okay.
Would
so
it-
you're going to like play Kent.
Well, no, I'm just going to say I think Maddie initiated
Oh,
the
okay,
first
okay,
kiss.
okay.
Or
Yeah.
Kent. So
Yeah, okay.
who initiated the first kiss?
Kent.
Okay, I wrote Maddie.
Okay.
So that one I got wrong.
God, you're not off to a good start on this
Okay,
one.
well, hold on. I got your birthday wrong in the last one, too. So
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I'm the best cook.
You're June 9th. Right?
June 8th. Dude, so see, it happens.
Payback's a bitch.
Yeah, it's a social media age when we met.
I know.
Like, I have all my
I don't know
high school
who
friends.
anyone's birthday is unless Facebook tells me. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I get it.
All right, I'm the best cook.
Me.
I wrote you.
Yeah. The only cook, by the way.
Said I
Which
love.
means we're getting Chipotle tonight.
Said I love you first.
Kent.
I wrote Kent.
Good job.
That was the hardest one for me, though.
Yeah. It was literally on the way to Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, that's
When
right.
we were drunk. Yeah. That's when he told me he loved me for the first time.
I did it. Well, okay. So
Young love.
I remember when I realized it, and I remember when I said it.
Mm-hmm.
She'll tell you I said it first, which isn't necessarily wrong, but she texted it first, and that gave me the courage to be like, "Hey, just so you know, I love you."
Yeah.
And I remember when it happened.
Yeah.
But it was on our way to, we were going to Orange Leaf, that I realized, like, oh my God, I want this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that.
I never had that moment of realization. That sounds bad. I feel like maybe it's just a guy thing because
So-
I never remember like sitting there and it really like hitting me.
We had just walked on the river, and at the end of our walk, we took some pictures. And I remember thinking to myself, I hope she posts these pictures. Like, I want people to see these pictures.
Right.
And when we were eating the orange leaf, I was like, holy shit, I love her. Like, this is for real. Like,
Yeah.
Code 5, like, it was something I had not really felt before.
Yeah.
And
How cute.
yeah, I remember the moment.
Yeah. Kent says the same thing. He's like, I literally remember looking over and being like, yep, here we go.
All right.
And then I've been nothing but trouble ever since.
Between you and Kent, who said I met the future in-laws first? I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I didn't mean to use a dirty word.
Kent definitely met my family first.
Yeah.
So he met the in-laws first.
I
yeah.
wrote the wrong thing, but I definitely
That's
meant
what you
Kent.
meant, yeah.
I meant, yeah, he met your in-laws first.
Yes,
Okay, that's what I
yes.
have. All right, here we go. Who would say I'm the adventurous one?
Kent.
That's what I have.
110%.
He's the dirt bike rider.
Yeah.
He's the
yeah, he's the like, let's go all the time.
Who would say I'm the better dancer?
Me?
Yeah, definitely you, right?
Yeah. Kent does not know how to dance. I can't wait for everyone to see it tomorrow. Because you know he's going to be out there after like 6 Jack and Cokes really thinking he's like showing me what I'm about to get tonight.
I'm not allowed. Brittany makes fun of me every time I dance.
Yeah.
And then like there was a time, oh my God, it was so cute. I start dancing in front of Will, and Will kind of start, and I'm just doing like a goofy, like, I'm just going like, yeah, buddy. He's in his playpen.
Right.
He starts dancing like I was.
Oh.
And Brittany's like, don't teach him how to dance like that. I was like, screw you. All right, who would say I am the better driver?
Kent.
That's what I have. We're killing this one too.
Kent's 110% the better driver anyway. Yeah.
Oh, he's the man.
Yeah. He's just like so like responsible, like uses his turn signal and he goes to speed limit. Can't relate.
Yeah, no, that's
I can't relate. I'm like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm going like 60 and a 35.
All right, this
I had
one
to
I know
appear in
the
front of a
answer to.
judge.
I popped the question.
Well, it can't.
Obviously
Hello.
can't, yeah. All right,
Our
a little
baby
harder.
was there though.
I'm planning the honeymoon.
Kent actually planned the honeymoon.
Shut up. I put
He
you.
did. I know he did. It was surprising to me too. We kind of tossed around like some ideas. We wanted to maybe go to the Keys. Maybe wanted to go here. Maybe not want to take one at all, just financially. Like, you know, is this something we really want to like splurge on, or should we just take like a weekend trip somewhere? He texted me one day and he was just like, Hilton Head Island, look it up. And I'd like heard of it, but I had never. It looked like such a cute little like relaxing beach town. Like people ride their bikes around. And I was like, that's just so cute. And he was like, I found it. So do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah. And we booked the hotel.
All right, so 9 questions in, I've gotten 2 wrong. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you're doing good.
All right. I'm more romantic.
Me.
I put Kent.
No, he's not very gushy, touchy feely. He's not like affectionate. Like Kent is, this sounds really bad. He's like not the type to ever kiss me in public or grab my hand and hold my hand when we're like walking around.
You have told me this before.
He's just not like that.
Oh yeah, I should have known better. This one I
Yeah.
blame myself.
He is just not affectionate.
Because my relationship's more the opposite. And,
Right, yeah, we've said that
Yeah.
we are definitely the more like, I want to cuddle, I want to touch, I want to hold, you know.
And Brittany's like, get off of me.
yeah, Kent's just like, nah.
All right, so I'm batting 70% here, which is still okay.
He only wants the affection when it's going somewhere.
Okay, I'm with you. I take longer to get ready.
Me.
Yeah, I got that one. Again, you're the woman.
Kent takes the longest showers though forever.
Really?
Like, what are you doing in there?
You might not want to know.
And I'm like, I know what you're doing in there.
I spend more money.
On what? On what? I think Kent spends more money because he pays for more stuff. But as far as like miscellaneous things, I spend more money.
I put you.
Yeah. Like I'm like the one that's like going to the store and ordering on Amazon.
All right, here we go, Maddie. Who would say, I am so lucky to have found him or her?
Oh my God, both of us, really. I would say Kent would be more likely to say that about me.
Ooh, I put you.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kent really is like my saving grace in the sense that he really kind of grounded me and stuff, but he would say the same thing about me. So we both have the same mindset of like, if I wouldn't have found you, like, oh my God, what would my life look like now?
I feel like you both feel that way.
Yeah.
But I feel like the way I hear you talk about him, I feel like
Yeah.
you've been very, you feel lucky to have found him.
Oh, definitely. I definitely do. And I think that, well, I mean, Kent just attributes a lot of where we are now to me, even when I don't deserve it.
Okay.
Like he'll say like, you know, had I not met you, I would have never went back to school. I'd never be an engineer right now. I
Okay.
would, you know what I mean? And so like he accredits a lot of that to me as to where I've always been kind of headstrong on my own and just kind of did my own thing. Not that he's not supportive or like pushing me to always be my best, but I definitely always had the idea first.
All right, so
I
that was
guess.
question 13. I got 4 wrong so far. A few more.
That's still good though.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Who would say I love spicy food?
Kent.
I put you.
Oh, no. Kent is like hot sauce on everything. If you could see our refrigerator, it's ridiculous.
I just know how much you love Mexican food and stuff like that. And,
I'm not really big on hot stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I like a little spice.
All right.
A little bit. A little.
I asked him or her out first.
Kent asked me out first.
All right, I'm back on track.
Yep.
I chose our first song, which I assume is your first dance song.
Oh, okay. I would say it was like a mutual decision.
I mean, I know the song. I know you chose that song.
Yeah. It was definitely, well, you introduced us to that song.
Yeah. I mean, we were
Yeah.
playing it on the radio, but I was like, yo, this song is awesome.
And I was like, I fell in love with that song and I cannot wait to dance to it. And I think because I fell in love with that song so much that it just became ours because Kent just saw how much I love that song. And so we would always play it together and then it just kind of
There was
became,
there would be a few songs like that Maddie and I had where it's just like when this song comes on,
We crank it.
Our conversation stopped.
Yes.
We cranked it and we just
Yes.
loved that song. We're not revealing that song yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Stay tuned.
Holy moly, it better be the edited version though. Like it better be the radio edit or my grandma's about to faint.
So I put you for that. I'm not going to mark that as a wrong.
I don't think that that's a wrong, no. I think it was a mutual decision like, hey, what do you want our first song to be? And we had like a couple like corny country songs. We were like, no, like that's really just like same thing. Like we just blare it when we're in the car together and like, you know,
Yeah.
one of those things.
All right. I'm the messy one.
Can't.
That's what I put.
Oh, I'm extremely OCD about everything.
I told my family about us first.
Me.
I have you. Mm-hmm. I usually say I'm sorry first.
Me.
I have Kent.
No.
All right. I got that one wrong.
No, but I mean, things can change. Hopefully, like when you get married, and then things like can change, right? No, Kent is extremely stubborn.
All right. This last one is hard too, but I'll just say I'm putting it at today.
Okay.
I wake up earlier.
Kent.
I have Kent.
Yeah.
Now, this was back in the radio days.
It would have been me.
It would have been you.
Yeah.
All right. So for 20 questions, okay, I got 6 wrong.
Wow,
Which means
that's still really impressive.
Yeah, I got 14 right.
That's still really impressive. You're like, we're just so in sync.
I know it.
Our periods might even sync up. We might start having our periods at the same
It'd be crazy
time.
if you and Brittany synced up somehow, like through me as an intermediary or whatever.
What
a
a
middleman.
shit show it would be for you, huh?
Well,
What a shit show it already is, but how much worse could it be?
I'll just say, look, I've worked with a lot of women, and you were the least easy to you were the hardest to tell when it was happening.
That's good.
Some other ones that got
I'm really,
really.
well, I was also
became
pregnant
real-
for like 9 of those months.
I didn't have to ask some people, like, God, just please end the show
Really
already.
ragging.
All right, and this is the last one. Bachelorette Balderdash, which is
Okay.
pretty much the same game as the first one.
Okay, I'm ready.
The most interesting thing about the bride.
Ooh.
Kind of copped out here, but what would you say is the most interesting thing about the bride, Maddie? The bride being you.
I don't know. I'm not really that interesting. I
Interesting.
have
how
a
you say-
podcast. You should listen to it. The Rouse Podcast in Maddie West every Friday morning.
That's true. That is interesting.
I think
and
the
it's
most-
doing. What I love about it is like, it's been doing really well.
It's
like,
been doing-
I've been
guys,
so
thank
thankful.
you so
I know.
much.
Like it's been really, really fun to do this, and
So
it's
much
been
fun.
rewarding. And I'm glad you guys have been digging it, and
Yeah.
liking it, and sharing it, and
Keep doing it.
We really appreciate it.
Seriously, thank you guys so much.
Like, can you honestly?
You guys are the most interesting thing about me.
Can you think about? Can you think of any podcast in this city that's better? That's
I
as
can't think of another podcast in the city, period.
well. There's that too, but like
I can think of a few.
none of them are doing what we're doing.
No.
And we really owe that to you guys. So thank you.
Seriously, thank you guys so much. I can't believe you guys enjoy listening to us like just talk about literally nothing other than like
Well, I mean, it's like we've got like what? So if you
you guys are still listening. We're on Bachelorette game
if
number
you were
3.
listening
then
to us
thank
on the
you.
radio, you got first of all you got like 16 minutes of commercials in an hour. That's not a joke.
Right.
You got so much music, and then you got like 4 minutes of us at a time because that's what Chad had cut us down to.
And we're some real gems.
What?
We're some real gems. We deserve way more time than that.
I thought so too. So now it's like
We're funny.
this show's gonna have 4 minutes of commercials. You're gonna get like an hour and a half of content.
Yeah.
No interruptions for songs. No.
Gladly.
Please download our app. No, please come to our event. It's just like
Just keep listening. That's all we ask. That's it.
just enjoy it.
Yeah.
So what's is that what it is? Is your podcast?
I would say the most interesting thing about me, I don't know, like in my regular life would be that maybe I'm a mom.
These questions we're never gonna sync up on, by the way.
Okay.
I wrote that you're Shelly's daughter.
Yeah.
That's
I was going to say that. I was going to say something about my family is probably the most interesting thing about me.
The bride's favorite thing to do.
Oh my gosh. I'm so boring. I don't know. My favorite thing to do is, I guess, be with Woodson. Maybe cook.
I've heard you say one time, I think it was on our first episode, I wrote entertain / make people laugh.
Yeah. Like, genuinely, that's my favorite thing to do. I thought you meant like a hobby. Like,
Well, I mean, this is the
like
way I
what-
answered.
Yeah, that's what. Well, what's my favorite hobby? I don't really have hobbies.
What
This
is
is my hobby?
the bride's dream vacation?
Just somewhere where I literally don't have to do anything. It doesn't matter where I'm at, but probably like the mountains somewhere.
I wrote Arizona, which is where you go to get your work done.
Good job.
So
Good
I
job
know-
for that. Tummy
okay.
tuck next time. It's coming.
See, like that's your you've talked about it so many times. That's your dream vacation.
As
I feel
long as like I don't have to do anything while I'm there, and I can just like have a tummy tuck in peace for like a month.
Okay, this one. If you answer this one anything else than the way
Okay.
I answer
Oh,
this
I'm so
one,
excited.
you're wrong.
Okay.
The worst date the bride has ever been on.
The worst date?
Date.
Probably where the guy told me that my hips were too big.
That is the right answer. Okay, so you told a story on the radio show one time.
Yeah, and it
That you-
stuck with you clearly.
Yes. So you said a guy thought you were slutty.
Yeah, he thought I was a slut because my hips were wide. Hello, people. I know I have all black on right now, but bitch, where? Bitch, where? I got a whole baby since then.
My part, the part that
I've had a
love is-
whole kid since then.
It's like, okay, like sometimes when guys are like 4 or 5, like we think girls pee from their butts because we just
Right.
don't understand anatomy.
Right, yeah.
There's literally no relation to your hips being wide and
You being
sluttiness.
promiscuous.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. That and I had to help pay for the date because he didn't bring enough money.
If we matched on nothing else on Bachelorette Balderdash,
I'm so glad you
I would
said
have put
that.
you through this table if you wrote anything else. I skipped
He's
number
still
5.
out there somewhere. Fuck you, Craig. I'm doing just fine, by the way.
I'm gonna skip 5 because it was stupid.
Okay.
The bride's all-time favorite Halloween costume. To be fair, I only saw you in 2.
Yeah, and it was definitely the mom one.
I wrote new mom.
Yeah, the
Okay.
new mom Halloween costume was awesome. If you guys didn't see it, I'll have to get the picture up because
Sure.
it was so much fun.
The bride's fondest memory. This was tough. I settled on
Ooh,
one.
the fondest memory. Ooh, I don't know. I guess probably having my son.
Beautiful. I can't believe it. I wrote becoming a mom.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
That's the thing I remember as about as clear as it gets. Yeah.
Here's advice I'll give you for number 8. Think about what I would say.
Okay. I'm ready.
If the bride were in a band, what would it be called?
Oh my God, I don't know. Think about what you would say.
Think about what I would say. This shouldn't come out of left field, but it'll be tough for you to think of.
Okay.
Once I say it, you'll be like, it kind of makes sense, because I've referenced this a bunch of times.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay, what if I said the band was you and your family?
The Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West.
I love it. With not an apostrophe. Even though on my shirt I had an apostrophe.
I love that. Yeah,
I went to school for journalism.
You guys were going on Family Feud, or
Yeah.
you're trying not to be on Family Feud.
Yeah.
So who did your mom make these shirts up?
Yes.
So your mom got these shirts printed up, and they're awesome. It's like it was like an old timey photo of you, like where you guys look like cowgirls or
It was
whatever.
like wanted. Yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
whole wanted photo.
And you guys are the West, and you're wild, so it's the Wild Wild West. But your mom did put an apostrophe to make it plural.
And the thing is, I even got it back, and they were like, "There's not an apostrophe that's supposed to be here." And I was like, "Oh yeah, duh, don't put an apostrophe there." And then it still got printed that way anyway. Slipped through the cracks, y'all.
All right, 2 more questions.
Okay.
The bride's go-to excuse for not wanting to go on a date. Let me just put it. Let's reword it.
Okay.
The bride's go-to excuse for not wanting to go out.
I guess I'll miss my baby.
She has a child.
Yeah.
I'm killing this one too.
You literally are doing so good. I'm so impressed.
The craziest thing the bride has ever done.
Oh, I got arrested at my graduation party in high school.
You know, I thought about that, but I didn't put that.
Okay, what'd you
If
put?
for nothing else, just because I love this story.
Yeah.
Pooped her pants golfing.
I did shit my pants golfing once. I mean, I wasn't actually golfing, but I was there while golfing was happening.
I love that story because I got so many good sound clips of you.
I'm like,
I'm gonna poop.
I literally looked at Kent like, if you've never taken me seriously in my life, take me seriously now. I'm gonna shit my pants. And he was like, you need to go. And we're in the middle of the golf course.
Which, by the way, I remember. Oh my gosh! Hold on, we never told the story.
Oh no!
So remember?
I love that we can tell stories we were never allowed to tell now.
Okay, so in the same show, we told the story about you pooping your pants while golfing.
Yeah. I was not golfing, by the way. I was just along for the ride.
Let me know when you know where I'm going with this.
But I had been so
this
drunk the night
pissed
before.
you off.
Oh no.
This pissed you off.
Oh my God. Okay.
So that same show, I believe, or at least
Okay.
that same week, you told a story about when you perioded on yourself.
Okay. I don't remember that.
And you got yelled at for the period story, but not the pooping story. And you're like, that's some sexist shit right there.
That is some sexist shit. And I can't, what was the period story?
I don't remember. You had a period, something about a period. You told a story about having your period.
I remember that. And I can't remember what story
And you were like,
was.
I remember you said,
But
what?
we shared it on air. Like I shared like, oh my God, I like bled through my tampon or something like that.
Something like that.
And like,
I don't remember what the story was either, but
Yeah.
it was like the same. I thought it was the same show. And
It
the program
was.
director loved the poop story.
but told me I couldn't talk about my period story. That's some sexist bullshit.
It is. I agree completely.
Because I get it. Everyone poops their pants from time to time. If you haven't, you will.
But only girls period on
But
themselves.
yeah, right. And he was like, that's just too much information. And I'm like, okay, so me literally diarrhea-ing down my leg on the golf course was okay.
Guys, this was our reality.
But like just sober as shit in the middle of the day, like just bled through my, whatever. That's not okay. That is some sexist bullshit and I don't have it because newsflash, most women have periods. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you're not always prepared for those.
Exactly right. And that's like,
how horrifying. Oh my God.
That's just like, that
I literally got in trouble for talking about having my period on the radio.
You got in trouble for being a woman.
Yeah.
You know, that's essentially what it is.
I wish I could remember the story so I could retell it, but it doesn't even matter. That just speaks volumes of that whole situation.
I know. So like that actually kind of transitions into one of the first stories I have for celebrity stuff. So like, there's like a cancel Ellen thing going on now.
I've seen that.
And
Ellen DeGeneres, everyone thinks that her like work environment's toxic.
So this was, to me, I feel this story in my soul. Mm-hmm. And I know you must too, because we were in the most toxic of workplaces I've ever been a part of, where it's like, it's a fear culture. It's a bully culture. It's a culture where everybody on the lower level, like where you and I were, we weren't like in management,
Right. Yeah.
was afraid to speak up about it.
Yeah, it's like a game of like who can kiss the most ass
Yeah.
in the quickest amount of time.
And like, so I remember the one time I did try to speak up about the way I was being bullied there, and I got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
And essentially it led to my demise there. But like, we were in just a situation that was so toxic.
Yeah.
And I feel like these people that are speaking up, like, dude, kudos.
Yeah.
Like, because it takes balls, because
Especially against like Ellen DeGeneres, you know what I mean? And in her work environment, like
yeah,
she's like literally known as like the most like generous.
she was a person who got
compassionate.
no bad press.
Right, literally
at all.
ever.
And same with the radio stations. Like they present themselves as like this, you know, we do so much for charity.
Right.
And we're at all the events that you
But
are.
don't ever speak about being a woman on air again.
Or it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a drop in the bucket of the examples of the way that we were bullied, I feel like. At least I can speak on my behalf and just saying like, I've never been treated so poorly. And
I was there to witness it. I get it.
and we would talk with the DJs amongst ourselves and be like, there's nothing we can do. Like our hands are just tied.
Yeah.
And because if you
can't
speak,
go to this person because then they tell this person, and you can't go to this. You know, it's just.
and then
all-
once it gets to the top, you're fired.
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like, part of what happened to me.
and me,
Yeah. We both told our stories
both
before.
of us got the chop.
What do you think is going to come of this Ellen story?
I don't know. So I've read like news articles from both sides of things. One people like, you know, some people say like she said that she's going to keep doing this. She's going to keep doing the show. She's not going to step down. And then I read other news articles that say she's going to plan on stepping down from her show. I know like obviously because it's COVID, like live audiences and live fans and stuff is like not a thing that's going to happen this year. And so I feel like she might capitalize on that.
I don't know that she needs to step down per se.
She will address it though. I know.
Just fix it.
Ellen being Ellen, she'll address it.
Just
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah.
I think I don't like the cancel culture so much.
I don't
Like,
either. I think it's bullying. That's what it is. Cancel culture is bullying.
So you
Allow people the opportunity to change.
obviously
first.
there's something going on. Just fix it.
Yeah,
That is
allow
the best
people,
advice I can give.
and allow people to do that. Like, don't write her off just because of these rumors that you've heard. And, you know, even like with all of like the Black Lives Matter movements and stuff like that. Like, people make mistakes. Allow them the opportunity to change and like educate themselves, and then make the difference. And if they don't, then cut them off.
Yeah, no,
then cancel them.
Exactly. Yeah, like there's been a lot of people who've just become the victim of the cancel culture. Some of them deserve it. Like, okay, cancel R. Kelly. Like,
Yeah.
like let's
We don't need to hear any more from R. Kelly.
Yeah,
we've
like,
heard enough.
I'm with you on that. Like,
know what I mean?
this is someone who's continuously proven himself
Yeah.
to be a scumbag.
Yeah. But like,
you
if
know-
you're uneducated on something and you educate yourself and then you revise whatever you're doing,
And like, there's a
then
good-
I think that that's allowed.
like to me, there's a super good chance that Ellen might not know some of the things going on with like the really low totem pole people.
I definitely think that that's a possibility.
But like for me in the radio station, like I made it clear, like this is what's happening to me, and their response was to slap me in the face. Like it was a bully culture, and it was cultivated from the top.
Yeah.
The top like to manage through fear and bullying, and this isn't. I mean, do I have an axe to grind? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Am I bitter? Sure. I'm speaking only honestly. That's
Yeah.
the way I felt. You know, I felt that way. I told
I
you when
do.
I was there.
Yep.
I told you after I left. I told friends and family of mine I was being bullied, and that's just it's my truth. It's my reality.
I do hope it gets addressed though, and I hope, like you said, I hope it's not like a cancel culture so quick.
I mean, so after our first episode, some of the people reached out to me at Town Square and like they took notice of that first episode.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's going to lead to any real change there. If it does, cool, you're welcome.
Right. If not, it's not my problem.
I know the people in charge. I know the people who can make change. I don't think they think there's a problem. I don't think they think there's a problem. I think that when they hear the words I'm saying, and they'll probably hear these words too, they'll think I'm doing it to be mean, to get back at them. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I feel this in my heart of hearts, in my soul. You ran a sloppy shop, and you made us the victim of it. And you lead by fear, you lead by bullying, and you don't deserve to manage that way, in my opinion. Like I said, yes, I'm bitter, but I'm also honest.
Yeah.
I've got some of the most overrated TV shows. I don't need to break them down by state the way this list does, but I'll run some by you.
Okay.
See if you agree or disagree.
Yeah. Overrated.
The last one I'm excited to get to because it's going to bring your piss to a boil.
I already know which one you're going to say then.
So the most overrated was deemed to be Parks and Rec.
I watched some of it because Kent watched some of it. I don't see the hype. I don't get it.
I've never tried Parks and Rec, but I feel like it's kind of like The Office in that I hear so many people talk about it, but I'd probably like it if I watched it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big sitcom guy.
Yeah, same. And I'm sure it has funny parts. And sure, like I'll give that to him. But from what I watched when Kent watched it, I'm like, what is the freaking hype?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
The Simpsons.
Never watched a single episode.
So here's the thing with The Simpsons. I don't think overrated is the right word. I think The Simpsons are appropriately rated. There was a time, I'm going to say their first 12 seasons. When
Holy moly, how many has there been?
They've been on since 1989.
That's too long.
They're at season like, what, 30 something?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the first dozen seasons were amazing.
Okay.
Hysterically funny.
Yeah.
And then it became irrelevant.
Okay.
But I feel like that's the way society regards it.
Yeah.
It used to be amazing. Now it's kind of irrelevant. So I would not call that overrated.
Okay.
Number 3, another show I don't really care about. I've seen it on before and there's funny parts. The Big Bang Theory.
Never watched an episode.
Yeah, I would never say
Again,
I've watched a full episode.
too sitcom-y, not about that life.
So number 4 is probably the one where I'm going to defend the most.
Okay.
Number 4 is probably my favorite show of all time, and it's The Walking Dead. I know you've not watched it.
No.
Now, here's the thing. The Walking Dead has become weak.
How many seasons are there? Are they done?
No.
Is it over?
No, and they're
Still not over.
It's not even close to being over because
wow.
I heard AMC's got 10 more seasons already contracted or something.
Gosh.
But not
wow.
only that, they've got movies on the way for AMC.
Oh my God.
They've got now there's 2 side seasons. There's Fear the Walking Dead, and then there's another Walking Dead New Beginnings. So there's all
spin-offs, yeah.
It's gotten watered down. It's still amazing. I don't miss it.
How many seasons are right now? Do we know?
I think this is season 10
Oh wow.
that just ended.
Okay.
So, I mean, look, nothing's going to hit like those first, I'll say 5 seasons.
Yeah.
But it's still a great show in my opinion.
Okay.
Number 5, I have not watched. I will not watch. I sometimes find their fans annoying. I find their memes annoying. I find their gifs annoying. Rick and Morty.
Never watched it.
Me neither.
I don't like cartoons.
I know you don't. Number 6, I tried.
Okay.
I really wanted to like this show. Brittany and I both gave it a shot. We gave it 3 episodes, and we looked at each other we don't like it.
Okay.
Game of Thrones.
Again, never watched a single episode. I think I did maybe start it just with the hype, and it was just too old talk, and it was just kind of hard to follow. So I think I just gave up after one or 2 episodes.
Yeah, we're 3 episodes in, and this little person's banging his sister.
Oh.
And it's just that's where it's we're not into this this elf.
Not into incest.
This elf incest.
Yeah, not into that either.
It just wasn't working for us.
I just know it's not for me now.
I think you don't watch this show either.
Okay.
I'll defend this show. I wasn't a huge fan, but this was a brilliant show. Friends.
Okay. Never seen a single episode.
Friends was great.
I know it definitely has the hype, still even to this day has the hype. I know when they took it off Netflix, people rioted.
Yeah.
But before my time.
Oh, I didn't even know this was on the list when I talked about it earlier. The Office is number 8.
I like The Office, I do.
I've never seen a whole episode. Brittany's been watching it here lately, and like I said, if I sat down and watched it, I would probably like it.
Kent is obsessed with it. He absolutely loves it.
And then last but not least,
Probably
only
his favorite.
only one state said this one: Breaking Bad.
Fucking fight me. Fight me.
Look,
because
hold
my
on.
mom had to talk me out of getting a Breaking Bad tattoo.
The Heisenberg.
That is how much I love Breaking Bad. Number one favorite show of all time. I have watched that series 10 times.
You've been loyal to that statement.
Loyal.
I'm with you.
It's great.
I still put The Walking Dead over it, but I would probably put it in my top 3 shows of all time. I mean, it's right up there.
It is so good. And I remember I was like that at first. I was like, this is overrated, right? That's why I never watched it. I never once watched Breaking Bad while it was on air. Never.
So there was
when it came to Netflix is when I started.
This happens with a lot of shows for me, like The Walking Dead. There was a single episode, there was a moment when it clicked for me, and I realized what I was watching and the potential of the show and whether or not it lived up to it.
Yeah.
If you know Walking Dead, it's in season 2. It's forget it. But with Breaking Bad, it was the Pollo Locos. When that started. When they started going to the fast food restaurant,
You were like, ooh.
I was like, now we're cooking.
Yeah.
For
now
lack
we
of a
got
better
it.
term.
Yeah.
Love that show.
Literally, they're cooking. It's literally a phenomenal show. Even whenever I was scrolling through Netflix trying to find something for Kent, because that's all we have is just Netflix. So I was scrolling through there. I was like, oh, let's watch a movie. You know, once the kid went to bed, I'm like, it's been a long time since we watched a movie. When I scrolled through it, it was like, they have the watch it again section on Netflix. And the first thing that popped up was Breaking Bad. And Kent's like, you know what to do. Like literally, we just looked at each other. He's like, you know what to do. And the thing is, we treat it just like the first time watching it when we start watching it again. So like if I restart the series and I'll watch episodes while he's gone, when he gets home, he's like, how many episodes did you watch without me? Like we've literally watched this series 10 times together. And he's still just like, oh my God, you're watching it without me.
Like, I mean, that show did take a good 2 seasons for me to think it really got.
It's a
to be
slow
great,
burn.
but
It's a slow burn.
It got there for me.
Oh my God. I'm going to get a Heisenberg tattoo today.
Well, did you see that Bryan Cranston he tested positive for COVID?
Really?
He did, yeah, but he's okay.
He's okay. That's good.
Yeah, he's gonna be okay. I just want to make sure you knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
Speaking of COVID, so let me ask you this: if it comes to this,
I'm catching COVID on my wedding day. Yeah.
no. If it comes
Okay.
to this, are you willing to wear goggles?
No.
Really?
Goggles?
You even heard this?
No.
They're saying that might be the next step for
on my
us.
wedding day or just
No,
in general?
just in general.
I mean, I guess if I have to, then I will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If they're saying like goggles are the new mask,
That's
okay?
So I hear like at some of the local hospitals, like that's becoming the new norm.
Oh wow. I've definitely seen like the full face shield, so I get it.
According to a new survey done by YouGov, 55% of people say they're either very or somewhat willing to wear goggles. 36% say they're unwilling.
Okay.
73% of Democrats are willing to. 37% of Republicans will.
Okay.
If it's look, here's
If
the
it's
thing.
like the same as masks, is where we're talking like, hey, this is what it takes, then okay.
Here's the thing. My understanding is if every American wore a mask,
Yeah.
COVID's gone in 4 to 6 weeks. But we've shown that we're not able to handle
We're not
this.
capable of it.
I feel like it's going to be the same thing for goggles. We either have to enforce it on a domestic level or we're not going to flatten the curve.
Right.
So that's
I
my
think
opinion.
if they're like, hey, this is what you need to do, then I'll do it.
I've got
Or this
another
is the best.
another thing COVID is killing. I know we have an update for you every week.
Yep.
It might be killing. I'm gonna love
Who
this.
else? Who
The
else?
song "Sweet Caroline."
Sweet. Why? Why is it killing that one?
You're about to keep because what
Ba,
what happens
ba.
in the bars when that song comes on?
I don't know.
Everyone yells the bump bump bump.
Oh, and they don't want people to yell.
So good, so good, so good, and it's like
not so
everyone's
good.
spreading their droplets.
And it's not so good.
So a Irish pub in Spain has banned Sweet Caroline during the pandemic.
Oh my gosh, what if Bodak Yellow is next?
I mean, it could be anything.
If Bodak Yellow is next, I'm out.
And
I've
then
lived a
another
good
thing,
life.
it's not really related to COVID, but I know you're a TikTok celebrity.
I was for a minute, yeah.
What is, because have you heard the president is trying to ban it?
I heard that, but I wasn't sure if it was a myth or not.
No, it's real. My understanding.
okay.
Because here's the thing. So this is a Chinese company, from what I understand,
Mm-hmm.
and they are potentially mining our information through the app.
Okay.
Now, And that's what Trump's using that as his argument to ban it.
Okay.
And then other people who are for not banning it are saying Trump's only pissed about TikTok because TikTok ruined that one rally of his in like Kansas or whatever, a Kansas rally.
Okay, yeah.
Because the TikTokers all bought the tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
And so no one showed up to it, even though he said that people did.
Yeah.
Whatever the story is, President Trump's trying to ban TikTok.
I heard that.
Where do you fall on this?
Well, as a TikTok celebrity, I would have to vote to keep TikTok.
Do you think the president...
And literally anything opposite of what the president says.
Now, Instagram has already come out with, it's already debuted.
I saw that.
Thoughts?
I didn't really pay attention to the advertisement because I knew it was coming. So I did see on my Instagram today where it says like new. It actually might still be there. Where it says like, excuse me, like, hey,
She's
this is
drunk.
like,
You have to give
I'm
her-
a little, yeah, I've had a few beers.
And it's getting a little long.
It's getting...
We're getting...
Okay, so right here on my Instagram, it says new. I click on it and it says, okay, introducing Reels. It's literally TikTok. Mm-hmm. Literally the same as TikTok.
Facebook Stories is literally Snapchat.
But it kind of makes you wonder,
Go ahead.
did Instagram, who's had this Reels in the making, know about Trump's plan for TikTok before we did?
I don't necessarily think so because like it's the same thing they did with Snapchat. They ripped off Snapchat for stories.
That's true. Instagram needs to get over themselves.
I'm just saying, but Instagram
Okay.
and Facebook are the same thing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, you know what? Maddie's getting tired, and I mean she's got a long day ahead of her. We can wrap this episode up. This episode of the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West was brought to you by Gooden Consulting.
Woo-woo.
If you are a tri-state business owner, especially lately, I'm sure you know how difficult it can be to keep everything going when your computers, network servers, and IT aren't working properly. Gooden Consulting wants to take those stresses off of your plate and be your friend in the IT world. Gooden Consulting oversees the IT for many businesses here in Evansville so that those companies don't have to worry about their networks failing, data breaches, computer viruses, secure backup, and much more. Gooden Consulting offers 24/7 system monitoring, providing you with the true peace of mind. It offers you less downtime, so they can sometimes identify and solve problems even before they happen. Fewer disruptions as they can provide most services remotely and overnight, and predictable budgeting as they will work with you to create a monthly flat rate for an all-inclusive IT service that monitors all of your company's hardware and software. Even if you work from home, Gooden Consulting can help keep your machines and information safe by establishing and maintaining reliable VPNs. Join the growing number of tri-state doctors' offices, dentist offices, law firms, realty groups, and other local businesses that have let Gooden Consulting be their friend in the IT world. Call Cody at 812-402-0611 or visit goodenconsulting.com. And lastly, today's show is brought to you by Goldtree Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, you definitely want to talk to our friends at Goldtree Realty. With Goldtree Realty, you'll be dealing with experienced real estate agents and investors. They can handle sellers in any condition, so if your property is ready to go with no repairs needed, or if it needs a little TLC, Goldtree Realty can get you that sold sign on your lawn, sometimes even with a cash offer in as fast as 72 hours. And if you're looking to buy a house, Goldtree Realty specializes in helping buyers find their dream home. Give Andrew, Jason, or any of the experienced and knowledgeable members of the Goldtree Realty team a chance to help you buy or sell your next home in the Evansville area. Call 812-432-2556 or like them on Facebook, facebook.com/Goldtree Realty. Once again, that's Goldtree Realty, 812-432-2556. And if you would like to advertise on the Rob's Podcast with Maddie West, please email therobspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Is this the last episode with that name? Are you changing your name?
No, I'm still going to go by Maddie West. I
That's
feel
a
like
good move, I
it's
feel
just
like.
really got a punch.
What
to
about
it.
in your personal life? You gonna change your last name, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I think so. I think like on social media, I probably will. I'm gonna keep on my Instagram at Maddie Got Fired literally forever.
As you should.
I don't plan on that changing anytime soon. But yeah, I think in my personal life I will. But I think here on air, it's just got such a nice ring to it.
I agree. I
I've
think
got
it's
such a reputation to uphold.
and you've got some equity in your name at this
I
point.
do. I think so.
I think you go for it.
This is my last day as not a wife.
Last-
So Brett, Jerry, come through. You've got like literally like
The
12,
clock is
you've got like
ticking.
12 hours to really get your shit together and come sweep me off my feet.
We're taking a break next week because Maddie's going to be on her honeymoon.
I'll be honeymooning.
And then what we'll be back, hold on, I'm trying to do the math here. The 24th? I don't know, whatever.
That seems too long, but you might be right.
Hold on. So we're,
The
this
21st.
is the 21st? Okay, so
You
we
were close.
We'll be back on the 21st, everybody.
That seems like, and you know, we'll probably still be sitting in our living rooms anyway. So
Exactly.
why not?
Maddie, I will see you tomorrow,
Oh my
but I do
gosh.
hope your day is everything you dreamed of.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you for knowing more than even my future husband would on any of those questions.
Hey, it's what I do. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the Rob's podcast with Maddie West.